How much is the helicopter house worth today? I'm going to react and critique the Ryan Serhant mansion tour video of the property and answer that question at the end of this video. Let's watch it together.
So how many bathrooms are in the house?
21.
21. How many bedrooms?
12.
12.
Yeah.
38,000 square feet. One helicopter. Helicopter comes with it?
Yep.
Got it.
Doesn't work. The helicopter doesn't have an engine. Okay, it's just for the show. Okay, here's your approach. But before we get here, let's talk about the location. This is perhaps one of the best streets in LA, but it's not the best. It's one of the best parts of Lower Bel Air, but it's not the best part of Lower Bel Air. But overall, very prestigious. What's important over here is that you do have a very tiny, awkwardly narrow and tight driveway on this side. You're too close to the facade. You don't approach it in the right angle. You don't even see the facade of the building because it's an upside down house. Now, you do have another driveway. It's a street to street lot. So there's another driveway coming from the other street below you. So you can get access to the garage from there as well.
So Mark Cuban has a $350 million boat. Okay. Right? He's going to use it 8 times. All right. And he lives in a $30 million house.
Sure.
So give me Paul Allen, $400 million boat, lives in a $25 million house.
Sure.
Doesn't make sense, right? So you have a boat that say is worth $350. The first time you go into the Mediterranean, that boat is worth $300 million.
Wait a minute. Are we comparing yachts with homes? Dude, a yacht moves. A house doesn't move. You can take the yacht from Sardinia to Cape Town to Japan, anywhere you want it, okay? That's the whole point. It's not even a fair comparison.
After 5 years, it's worth $150, and after 10 years, that boat's worth $50 million. You buy a house in the Platinum Triangle, anywhere, right? Bel Air, Beverly Hills, Holmby Hills, and you look at any 10-year period of time, and at the end of the day, residential real estate in the Platinum Triangle has outpaced the Dow Jones and the S&P 500.
Sure.
Again, apples and oranges. You can't compare the two. For one, a lot of people, when they have a strategic exit from an IPO or they sell their company, they have a big liquidation event. They strategically purchase a mega yacht to offset the tax liability for that. You can't do that with residential properties that you actually live in. Second, I don't think if you've purchased the property in 2008 and sold it in 2018, you would have outperformed S&P 500. Now, do your checks in the comments. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't think for any 10 years. Again, I'm a big real estate fan, but I'm sure you can find a pocket of real time that this is not true.
It comes with 7 of the staff. So, if you're a guy, and you're maybe international and you don't know your area, you got a driver, right?
Sure.
You have a chef, you have a masseuse, you have a physical trainer, you have everything, the best of the best.
No one cares. What's important over here is that this lot is heavily slow. You enter at the rooftop level. You have to take 20 steps to get to the front door. And when you get to the front door into the main living space, you're not even level with your backyard. You have to take another round of stairs to get down to the backyard, which is a negative. It tells you that it's not a good lot. And when I show you guys comps that have recently sold in a better location than this with a way better lot that it's flat, this would be a huge negative when you compare it to.
Crazy.
This is black quartz crystal. It was in the Antonini family for 4 generations. It's probably the most expensive vanity you'll ever see in your life. This was 250,000 euros.
Crazy.
And then we carved it out and put it on a diamond bronze setting. So you're looking at like a $300,000 vanity.
Okay, this is when I know it's BS. Okay, because first and foremost, that setting, okay, I don't care where you get it made or what it is made out of, which is probably stainless steel. It would not cost you $50,000 to build that base for it, okay? And then I really want to see a receipt for a 250,000 euros piece of freaking rock. It's ridiculously, but he's really careful, He always throws in maybe or probably beginning of every sentence. He's like throwing a number there to protect himself. And this is a very common trick, okay? A lot of real estate agents do this. They say, this is probably 500,000. This is probably 200,000. This perhaps is it's such BS, okay?
So Bruce found an amazing quarry in Greece and of hunting onyx, and then what he did was
he made Louis Vuitton furniture out of it.
Basically, yeah. Francois Renault and Bruce are the only 2 that own this. But
insane.
Again, take the most beautiful hunting onyx on the planet and make it into Louis Vuitton chest, and then sandblast the Louis Vuitton logo into the chest.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Right. I mean, there's
insane.
135 art installations in this house. 15% of it are designed by Bruce. So you're going to see stuff that you won't see anywhere in the world.
Right.
That Bruce designed and created. And this is one of those pieces.
Okay, this is important because this was an element that I believe it actually helped sell the property. It was designed and decored for the target demographic that was going after. Okay, old money was never going to buy this house. This was definitely targeted towards that either recently divorced, okay, older guy, or a new bachelor who just sold his company and wants to, show off, or a vacation home for a royal family from the, Saudi or the Gulf countries. Some demographics who are really, really interested in these really flashy, over the top finishes. And they really made it. And they went through a lot of pain. I don't think it costed nearly anywhere close to where they're throwing prices over here. For example, this one, you buy the Onyx, you give it to a CNC machine, it cuts it out, you polish it, you're done, right? It doesn't cost you millions of dollars to make something like this. But the important thing that they did right was that they identified the avatar that would be interested in it. The choice of art, the choice of the car collection, everything in this property is really, targeting that demographic that would be interested in a white box modern party house in LA. And I think they did a really good job in this department.
Completely crazy.
You ready to go to the master?
You're not allowed to come in here. All right, you stay there. Go look at other things.
Yeah, they don't show a lot of this property, like the bedroom arrangements. A lot of the bedrooms they don't show. So that's why I'm really focusing on how much is it worth right now, and was the agent really correct, as he said, in any 10-year period, property prices in the, Platinum Triangle, best areas of LA have appreciated more than S&P 500. Well, this property sold for $94 million in 2019. It was originally listed for $250 million. They got plenty of price reduction. It took over 1,000 days, almost 3 years to sell the property, and it ended up selling for 94. So I'm going to give you guys a really good comp at the end of the video so you can see if it's actually performed as much as, he claimed that the property prices have appreciated in the ultra high end since 2019.
The swim around jacuzzi.
Swim around jacuzzi.
That's also new.
Yep, probably
This house has a lot of things that I've never seen before in my entire life.
and that's the idea behind it. Is that,
Yeah, it
that's
works.
the whole concept. No one's ever seen that because it doesn't exist in any other house in the world.
And that was somewhat true when this house came out. Not that, they didn't have jacuzzis or they didn't have bowling alleys. They just didn't have it as, customized, bespoke level, grand, and, just juiced up, like steroid up on everything, right? It was definitely one of the first houses. And it was one of the first houses where you take a really crappy lot because they only paid $7 million for this lot. And then you just go all out on finishes and distractions to, get somebody to end up paying $94 million for it.
A Birkin, and remember it's a Birkin bag. So of course Bruce carved one out of honey onyx.
That's insane.
Yeah. Again, a one of one, something you won't see anywhere else in the world. And of
That's
course,
insane.
Bruce. So this is a Chanel.
I'm like kind of speechless walking through this house.
Right? For you to be speechless says a lot.
Yeah.
So you could be laying in bed, right? You could take your iPad, your iPhone, and you can order an Americano, an espresso, a
Right.
latte, a cappuccino. This thing has 16 different chambers,
Wow.
so it makes the most amazing coffees.
And it's in the bedroom, in between your two closets. So you can get your
Correct.
espresso and then figure out what you want to
So
wear.
Ryan, this would be your closet.
Oh, this looks better.
So this is a Louis Vuitton inspired closet.
With
There are 300 drawers in this house. Each one is lined in suede or leather.
nuts.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
Again, to be fair, in 2017 or 16, when this property was finished, this was really rare. Nobody was doing, this bespoke level finishes on this scale with this much square footage in an entire house, all the bedrooms. They were just not doing that.
So the staircase alone took 2 years to build.
And probably somewhere around $2 million.
See, and probably around $2 million. You can't really hold him to that. He could have said probably around $10 million and you couldn't take him to court for it. So it's like, but I'm not too, shocked by him saying $2 million. I was expecting a big number, but I want to know, why did it take 2 years? Like, the whole company, the entire order book was put aside. They spent 2 years working on this. They didn't take any other orders, and that's how long it took. Come on. It's just such BS that, like, you can't even hang your hat on it, you know? Like, come on.
This isn't a staircase. This is art.
Yeah.
Take a look up here. Again, the level of finish. This thing is anchored at the bottom. It's anchored at the top. There's zero deflection.
That's awesome.
You're probably looking at like an $80,000 anchor.
No. You can buy these for like $10,000 in auction, okay? But this one might be different. Perhaps, maybe, it's Aristotle Onassis Christina O yacht with Jackie O, okay? Probably. Maybe.
That's jade, right? Onyx. It's probably the most expensive onyx in the world. That piece that you're looking at there is probably $250,000.
Come on. They're like 10 to 20,000 a slab with installation $100,000 max.
These Dom Perignon magnums into fire extinguishers. So we have a fire in this house. You take the hammer, you break the glass, and put the house out with champagne.
See, this is cool. I have no problem with it, okay? It actually, like, you know, designing custom pieces for the demographic and making it like, you can go buy any other house, but you have to actually go make this yourself, right? You're not going to get it without the house. It actually creates, you know, demand. It actually makes you want to be associated with it if you're into this stuff, which, again, the architectural style of the house, the white box, view, location, it's like a party house. So I really admire the developer, the fact that, like, he actually went out of his way and really created a lot of bespoke design pieces that I might not like, but I know the demographic would enjoy, is respectable.
About 100 bottles. And again, if your client ends up buying this house, Ryan, we'll put whatever wines or spirits that he wants in there.
Sure.
But would you pay for it? You can fill it up, but not pay for it. This guy's really careful with his words, okay? He doesn't corner himself in. Probablys, maybes.
It's a one of one. It's probably worth somewhere around $1 million.
Probably around. He's double protected himself there. Million. This is called price marination, okay? Commonly used in residential real estate to show, just keep saying really expensive numbers. So when you hit the $250 million price or $188 million when this video was made, it would be like, okay, you know, justify.
It's a $4 million Bugatti. This is the world's fastest electric motorcycle in the world. It's called the Sora. This is a Dolby Atmos theater. It's the absolute best residential or commercial application in a movie theater in the world.
Okay.
We've got a Christie D cinema projector, which today is the absolute best projector you could buy.
This was one of the best movie theaters that I had seen at the time when this property came out. Most of the movie theaters at that time, they were certainly older, dated. It just didn't have the oomph. Again, with some of the finishes and the just the whole cohesive look of the house, I think the developer did a really good job for that specific target market. And this is the infamous helicopter, which it's not even there anymore. That people complained that it's just too ridiculous. So I think they forced the new owner to take it out. So there's no more helicopter at the helicopter house.
I feel sad leaving right now.
Do you?
Yeah, because this is unlike anything I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's like getting off a mega yacht.
That's exactly what you said. That feeling when you get off the boat, you're like, oh, I have to go back to my regular life. That's how I feel right now leaving this house, like regular life.
So the yacht is better? He just told us in the beginning of the video, yachts are not worth it. And then to make this look cool, you're giving a yacht example. Okay, let's talk about the best comp because there's a really good one. On Neems, the old Mohammed Hadid property that he used to live in was completely gut job renovated and even extended, and recently sold for $110 million. That property has a direct line of sight to downtown LA view. As to this property, you had to look to the side to see the downtown LA view. It was a way better promontory, like significantly more flat land, different architectural style, but definitely, I think, even more square footage than this property. And that just sold for $110 million. Now, this sold for $94 million in 2019. And residential real estate prices in Los Angeles have appreciated by around 54% since then. So this technically should be worth somewhere around $140 million. And it's not. It's definitely not. In fact, it's worth less than $94 million. The finishes show their age, and this concept has been done and repeated, and there's significantly cooler homes on the market than this. I personally think this property is worth somewhere around 55 to 60 million. And that just tells you that if you don't buy the lot first, if you don't buy the land, okay, you're buying the rest of the material that is going to depreciate. The only part of the property that only appreciates is the land, right? And this property completely neglected that. But when you actually buy the right piece of land to build the right property on, you're protected because, yes, your finishes will also age. Doesn't matter where you put the finishes, on a bad lot or a good lot. But while these finishes were depreciating, your land value was appreciating. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, hit the like button. And if you want to see the houses that I really, really like, watch this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the comments. Take care.